Hello. We're coming up towards the end of the council's year, and there'll be the annual meeting soon, and lots of people will sort of shuffle around in their little jobs. So I was going back through some of the old videos, mainly because they vanished from the YouTube account, I think, very shortly. So I thought, well, best to go back to them, because if you watch the YouTube videos, you get a very different impression of what goes on than if you just read the minutes, which are sort of sanitised, really, as a matter of policy. It doesn't say Councillor X did this and Councillor Y did that. They just sort of give a sort of feeling for the meeting, and that's how the council meetings are sort of minuted. So I started looking for things, and I came across one that sort of fits in with what I know about. I guess many people would think that I don't know much about anything, but that's a fair comment perhaps. But there was one about the Marina Theatre lighting desk that intrigued me, because that's one of the things that I do know about. And the Marina wanted to be able to sell off their old lighting desk and then use the money to buy something else. And you can't really do that, I don't suppose, because, you know, the people who actually use the stuff in the theatre sell it and then buy something that's either better, different, an alternative, an update, whatever. But because the council system is a bit long-winded, and the council do actually own the equipment that's in the Marina Theatre, it has to be done properly. But properly is quite difficult, because obviously the people sitting around the table don't actually know what a lighting desk actually does, is, or what the whole thing is about. So I watched the thing, and forget the lighting desks. The problem I've uncovered, and I've looked at quite a few other videos now, is that at the start of every meeting, the standing sort of agenda has approval of the minutes of the previous meeting. And it does seem that people's recollection of what was agreed at previous meetings always seems to cause problems. And I think I've tied it down to a couple of reasons, but we'll talk about those later. You need to watch this particular bit of the meeting, really, to get a flavour for how minutes can be misunderstood by the people who were actually at the meeting when they were talked about.
23, to consider the draft minutes of the meeting on the 3rd of April. Wendy?
Well, basically, yes, I propose approval, but I did find there's some confusion in it, because Andy seems to have proposed something, which is approval of, what was it? Approval of something or other, and then we seem to have, like the Marina Theatre lighting box. But then in the next bit, we vote against it. So I just think it needs clarifying. I know exactly what happened, but I think you proposed approval as long as the town council retained the asset.
Yeah.
When you read it in the minutes, if you weren't at the meeting, I think it's confusing.
Andy?
Well, I've got an issue on the minutes which relates to the same item, but I think it's worth pointing out it was a two-part request, which is why it's a two-part minute. So the first one was on selling the lighting desk and using the proceeds towards something else. And the minute correctly states that we said, and if I propose that's fine, they could sell the lighting desk, but the money would either have to be returned to the town council to go into the repair or maintenance budget, or used to offset the purchase of an asset where replenishment had already been approved.
Yeah.
Which it does say that. The other item was they'd asked to be able to sell future items as and when needed. And the proposal there was an outright no, but not a flat no as in the minutes. So that is what I want to clarify, is that I didn't just want to say no and no reason. It was because we own those assets, so it would need to be each case on its merits.
Wendy?
Well, I don't think, I certainly didn't vote for as and when. I thought we voted a flat no, that we own the assets at the Marina, and therefore they're our assets. And even if the Marina sells them on our behalf, the money always returns to us. So I don't think there's any caveat about if and when. I think that's where the confusion is. The whole item now seems to be becoming very, very confused. I think we were very clear that we own the assets, and therefore the Marina Theatre can't just sell them and use them as they wish. And that's what worried me about the minutes, that they weren't clear. And I don't think Andy's actually helping clarify that at the moment.
If I can remember, we did agree that they could sell the lighting desk as long as the proceeds came to us.
Yes.
And then any other future item.
No,
we
but the
can't
same,
sell.
but we've stated very, very clearly that the assets belong to Lowestoft Town Council and they are on our assets list.
Yeah. So, but I can sign one lot tonight, but not the other.
Can I just come back on a point, because I didn't say or suggest that it had been agreed they could sell items as and when. That's exactly the opposite to what I just said. I said it was a two-part request and a two-part proposed response. The first part of the request was, could they sell the lighting desk and use the proceeds for something else? I think the minute is quite accurate on that one. The other one was, could they sell future items? All the minute says at the moment is no. All right. The discussion wasn't no. It was that it would have to be each case on its merits because we own the items and therefore we have to maintain an asset register. And therefore, if they want to sell something, they would have to come to us each time.
Yeah.
It's not they can sell it as and when, it's they would have to come to us each time. And that was the proposal. But we,
We'll get it.
YouTube.
We'll get it clarified.
Yeah, that was my complete understanding of it. It was a two-pronged proposal.
Yeah, I remember it being
and they were
two-pronged.
slightly different, but the idea is that we need to keep tabs on anything that runs to us that's sold on behalf of the Marina, and if it's going to be that funding is going to be used for something else, we need to know about it.
Exactly. Right, so we'll pass them on to the next meeting to.
Yeah, Chair, did you want to take a vote on the 3rd of April minutes? So that was the 24th of May minutes.
Yeah.
You're happy with 3rd of May? Did you want to propose for a secondary vote on?
I'll propose to accept them because I've read them. Everyone else? Bob second. But all in favour? That's everybody.
There's quite a few other examples of minutes causing problems. One of them seems to be that if there's a very big gap between meetings, and sometimes just for scheduling reasons that seems to happen, the actual councillors can't really remember what the meeting was about, so have to rely on the minutes jogging their memory. And sometimes it doesn't appear to jog the memory, so you get things like this.
I haven't read the minutes. Could I suggest that we ask for them to be circulated to members and then agree them under delegation by the councillors, just reply by straw poll? Or if not, we'll just roll over them.
I'm not sure about approval of minutes on delegation.
Okay, so can we roll it over to the next meeting then for transparency and openness?
Yeah.
Yeah, but can they be recirculated in the meantime?
Yeah, I think I got it.
Okay.
And then you get the problems where there's quite a few things to read, and for communications reasons sometimes councillors haven't had a chance to read the minutes that they're then got to go to the meeting to vote on, if you follow that one.
I've only had chance to read one lot. I haven't read the others. So I don't know if anybody. I've read one, the 7th of March, but not the others. So I propose we approve the 7th of March ones.
Okay.
I've read the public minutes and I'm happy with all three. I couldn't see any confidential notes unless they'd come round on email, so I wouldn't want to comment on any confidential notes, but I'd be happy to propose approval of all three sets of public minutes.
Yeah. Okay.
And then you get really strange things where they're about to vote on approval of the minutes and you discover that quite a few of the councillors don't seem to have actually received the minutes in advance to even read.
19, to consider the draft minutes and appended confidential notes of the meeting on 23rd of May. Any issues, questions,
I don't
concerns?
think they've been circulated, have
Sorry.
they?
So these were circulated near the end of last week. However, they're not complete. I'm still waiting for the finance tables to be finished.
Okay,
So if you want to defer those, to the
we'll roll those over. Yeah, so I read them as they stand on the website, but if they're incomplete, we'll roll them over until they are complete. Andy?
Can I ask that all information is now sent to our Lowestoft Town Council site. I know there are still people who haven't picked up their laptops, but I'm finding it really confusing that things are still going to my personal email, and I'd much prefer that they come straight to my Lowestoft Town Council. I don't want to be knowing there might be emails about minutes and all sorts on my personal account, which really should be on my Lowestoft Town Council email.
These are really quite old meetings, but the same thing comes up time and time again. People don't get the minutes.
To consider the draft minutes of 23rd of May 2023.
I don't know if they've been circulated. I've seen the previous minutes, but I don't know if they were, the actual minutes were circulated. If they are, I can't see that. I haven't looked at them.
As far as I understand, they were.
But they were sent to our personal emails, not to our Lowestoft Town Council emails.
They would have
not.
They would have gone whenever the agenda went out.
Yeah, but they're not on the agenda on the website either. So
Right,
can we
okay, John
defer it?
defer, okay.
It seems that as the year went on, they actually got a bit of a handle on that one, and the IT systems were sort of developed a bit more, and councillors could actually find far more of the documents they were supposed to be looking at. So that's a good one. There was, of course, plenty of confusion in other elements of the various meetings. Sometimes people just seem to get a bit tied up in knots.
Wendy.
32, because I've been involved with the bulky waste, environmental waste group, and 29, I think I've got them in the right order. Oh no, that's 29, and 32, because why? I've forgotten. There's some reason, and I've forgotten what it is.
Water bottles?
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
because I'm part of, I'm currently the rep at Lowestoft Vision, who have actually advertised it.
What did make me smile was this little tiny bit from one of the meetings, where instead of the usual hand up in the air and keeping it there till everybody's sure that you voted, we had what must be the shortest hand up, hand down I've come across in any of the meetings.
Proposal to accept the minutes, councillor Pearce and a seconder. Councillor Green and a vote, please, to accept the minutes. That's unanimous. No, it's not. Councillor
Yes.
Brooks.
What?
She did raise her hand.
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
So that's okay. Thank you. That's unanimous.
There we go for today. I have to say, in the very latest meetings, the behaviour has been extremely civil. So we're going to lose the old stuff, aren't we? And that's a bit of a shame. But there we go. That's life. Things move on. But I hope you enjoyed today's one. See you on the next one. Take care. Bye.